when I look at my life right now and I ask myself, which political party has made my life worse? It's not the Republican Party. Locally speaking, the Democrats have complete control and they have nearly destroyed my family's livelihood. Okay. We are living in trash and squalor everywhere. And unless the Democratic Party actually acknowledge these issues and solve these issues, rather than stealing our taxpayer money and funneling it to their nonprofit friends, they keep doing this, they're going to keep losing. And I'm going to keep speaking out against them.
I think Democrats need to stop talking about masculinity. Period. End of story. Considering how poorly they're performing with men, making fun of masculinity, calling men weak. Like, there are substantive things to actually attack members of the Republican Party on. Hitting them on the masculinity point, I think, is a really bad move. And it turns me off personally.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to Kingdom Politico, where we do all kinds of reactions. Today, I'm going to be reacting to a friend of mine's, Wise, okay, from a righteous perspective. His video just hit home, okay? Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. The Democrats right now, they don't have any substance. And the only thing that they can do is accuse Donald Trump, accuse Republicans. You know, they're just into this accusation phase. You know, when I think about accusers, I think of the accuser of the brethren, right? Because I come from a spiritual background. I think of Satan. What about policy? Don't the American people deserve policies to be put forward? Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing? And I have to tell you that a lot of people on the left are fleeing the left because there was a lack of policy that was being introduced by the Democratic Party.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your brother Wise. We got to check this clip out because AOC doing what she does best, putting her feet all the way in her mouth. And, you know, the Young Turks, man, who would have thought that Anna and Chink would actually go at AOC the way they're going at her? Now, y'all saw the opening clip, and, you know, Anna, they all live in these blue, no matter who, blue ran, you know, hellholes. Let's just call it what it is. These aren't safe places. There aren't good places for business. But, you know, the Democrats, man, they have a man problem. They did spend $20 million to try to figure out how to speak to men. Didn't work out too well, man. And AOC, who is quote unquote the new leader of the party, continues to dig the daggone Democratic Party's grave. I'm 100% here for it. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it.
Well, that was my reaction to some of Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's comments on masculinity recently. Now, the representative was making a point about how we should respond to the Trump administration. And her argument is that we're dealing with a bunch of insecure men. Let's go to AOC's comments.
The last thing they want you to do is laugh at them. The last thing they want you to do is make fun of them, because that diminishes them far more than them trying to stick a boot in your face. The fact of the matter is like, these people are, yes, tremendously dangerous, but a lot of them are tremendously dull. And people talk about toxic masculinity more than, it's like, let's put that to the side for just 1 second. This is about insecure masculinity. And one of the best ways that you can dismantle a movement of insecure men is by making fun of them.
Why, as a party leader, would you be interested in dismantling half of your base, your voter base? Why would you be willing to do that? I mean, you already had Biden saying during that first election, if you don't vote for him, you're not black. That's what he told Charlemagne on a podcast, right? The Breakfast Club. And then you had Obama coming out there during the election with Kamala and Trump, talk about the brothers, right? The brothers aren't doing what they're supposed to do. And you have these guys that have a lack of substance. Biden, for one, was actually good friends with what do they call him? A Ku Klux Klan exalted cyclops. It sounds like a alien. I don't know what that is, but he was a Klansman. This guy spoke at, Biden spoke at his funeral, praising all that he did. Okay. And these are the leaders that are talking to men. And then what about the Waltz that gets out there with the gun, and he's supposed to be talking to MAGA men, I guess, and he doesn't even know how to load the gun. Come on, you got to come better than that.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Super cringe. Super cringe. Goodness gracious. But I will say this. AOC is the gift that keeps on giving. She's the gift that keeps on giving. She really is. Because last time I checked, the United States of America, it's 49% men. The last time I checked, and a large majority of us have votes. And the Democrat Party has done a really good job of alienating men in this nation. So much so that you have a plethora of black men that are just saying, we're good with them. We're good. Now, this young lady talking like this, I am surprised that, she's either engaged or married. I can't recall which one it is, but what dude is putting up with this on a day-to-day basis? God bless him.
All right.
Yeah.
Great imagination there.
Yeah, it's a disaster. Okay. So she said last thing they want.
I gotta stop it. It's bad when they look defeated, like, oh my gosh. It's bad when they're looking like, oh my goodness, hey, Republicans are going to run things almost in perpetuity in this country.
Want you to do is for you to laugh at them. Yeah, that's right. So now, after you laugh at them, what do you think their chances of voting for you are? Zero. Okay, so world's worst political strategy. And if you say, hey, Cenk, she's talking about extreme right wingers and that are attacking our communities, I get it, guys. But do you think that everyone gets it? Or do men hear that and go, oh, she's making fun of me? Especially when she keeps talking about insecure men, insecure men. Guys, what are you doing? You're driving away voters by the millions.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I also got to say this too. Yeah, they're definitely driving away men. But to be honest with you, man, the Democrat Party has drove away real men, heterosexual men who want to be leaders in their families, in their communities, in their city states. They've did a really good job driving away those types of men that want to be leaders. And I'm 100% here for it, man. I really am. The liberal agenda is the anti-man, anti-nuclear family, antithetical to Christ party. And I love it when people show us who they are. And I'm a firm believer that when people show you who they are, we should believe them. And I also say this all the time on this channel. Let people talk long enough. They'll show you who they are. Just let them talk.
Point out something very specific that she said that immediately turned me against this argument that she was making, because she pointed to, look, I can't stand Stephen Miller. I think he's one of the most nefarious figures in the Trump administration. She was making fun of his height.
Hey, Stephen Miller is a dog. I don't know what this lady's talking about, but Stephen Miller is that dude. He might be one of my favorites in the administration. Seriously, Stephen Miller always comes with the receipts, the facts, and tells it like it is. No cut, no chaser, no filter. I'm 100% here for Stephen Miller. That's that guy, man. He might be one of my favorites in the administration.
And I think that is the reason why so many people are leaving the left, because they know, yeah, Trump might be a bit brusque, right? His administration might be a little brusque, but they tell it like it is. They're not lying to your face. They're letting you know what they're doing. I mean, I don't agree with everything that he does or everything that the administration does, but I truly believe that they care about the American people and that they want to make a change. You let me know what you think in the comments.
It's like, okay, but AOC, do you not understand that when you make fun of his height,
yes,
all the men in the country think about their own height and how you're mocking them if they're the same height as Stephen Miller? It's the same thing that women feel when, let's say, they're in the office and a group of their male co-workers are talking about a woman who they find unattractive or attractive, whatever. It makes you start thinking about how they perceive you as a woman, how they perceive your physical appearance as a woman. Like, you've got to be smarter than this. What is this? This is your big plan to fight back against the Trump administration? This is your big imaginative plan?
Yeah, alienate all men. Alienate the men. The crazy thing is that Stephen Miller's not like some tiny dude. He's probably a little taller than the average, size man. What I could look up, it states that, he's about 5'10". The average height in America for a man is about 5'8", so he's a couple of inches taller. I mean, I don't get it. And the thing is that I've never looked at Stephen Miller and said, I wonder how tall he is. He just comes across as a very based, stern, knowledgeable individual. I've never looked at Stephen Miller and was like, I wonder how tall he is. He looks like he's 5'6". I've never even thought about it. Never crossed my mind.
Yeah, here, let's show that because it's super uncomfortable. And then I want to talk about why this another epic disaster.
Laugh at them. Stephen Miller is a clown. I've never seen that guy in real life, but he looks like he's like 4'10", and he looks like he is angry about the fact that he's 4'10", and he looks like he is so mad that he is 4'10", that he's taking that anger out at any other population possible.
Yeah, no, every short guy is going to take that as a direct affront to them. Yeah. So there goes more millions of votes.
Don't take it personal, short kings.
Okay, see, then she made this super awkward video about short kings.
Wait, she did?
She did.
Yeah, she definitely did. She definitely did. She had to come back and say, "Oh, I love my short kings," or something stupid like that.
No,
it was.
I didn't see that.
Yes, and she's like, "No, I don't mean short kings." First of all, even you said it, but I wouldn't say short.
No, short king is an actual thing. It's not meant to poke fun.
What a bubblehead! What man watching this would want to be called a short king? If you'd like it, let me know.
I know, but it sounds awkward. It's like,
no, it definitely sounds awkward. And it's definitely used to poke fun at shorter men. It definitely is. And the thing is that, men don't look at each other in that manner. We just don't. You know what I'm saying? We look at a man as a man based off of how you handle yourself, how you articulate yourself. Are you handling your business? Are you taking care of your family? So forth and so on. We judge you according to that. We don't care, about how tall or short you are. We don't care.
And let me ask you a question. Do you want your politician tall or short? Do you want them medium height? Do you want them fat? Do you want them skinny? Do you even care what your politicians look like? No, right? You just want them to be able to do the job that you elected them to do.
I have friends that are short guys, 5'6", 5'7". I'm a taller guy, and my kids, are much taller than I am. I'm about 6'2". My oldest son is about 6'7". He gets a lot of looks because he is so tall, and he's, that's just out of the norm, right? To see a guy that's, I would probably say 6'5" plus. That's not that normal. Very small percentage of men, but we don't care, and we don't even look at it in that manner.
If you told me, don't take it offense, fat king. No, just hold, no, please. Okay, I'm begging you. Okay, so anyways.
He's right, yeah.
She's like, no, I didn't mean like short in stature, but if like intellectually, then he looked, if you're back.
I want to express my love for the short king community. I don't believe in body shaming. I am talking about how big or small someone is on the inside. Like, for example, I have no idea how tall Andrew Tate is. No idea at all. But that guy looks to me like 5'3", like 5'3", 5'4". Whereas physically, men of smaller stature can come across. They are spiritually 6 foot. If you're a good dad, if you stand with women, if you're not belittling immigrants, you're like, 6'3" spiritually. I don't know. Am I being problematic?
Yeah. I can't believe this lady is in Congress. Honestly, I really can't. She is not an intelligent individual. She's just not. And the fact that this individual, raises money like it's nobody's business, and people look at her as a leader of the party or a future leader of the party is just baffling to me. Goodness gracious.
If you're bad at policy or something or intellect, then you look like you're 4'10". But again, you're emphasizing this short is bad. And she's like, oh, if you support women, then you're 6'3". But then, okay, 6'3" is good. Oh, please stop, Guys, Stephen Miller is a terrible guy. You can call him a terrible guy. Clown, I got no problem with. Definitely a clown, right? He's a hateful guy who is driving terrible policy that the great majority of Americans disagree with.
No, I don't.
That's not true. That's not true. 53% of Americans, are in lockstep with this current administration's agenda and what they're doing. Promises made, promises kept. Y'all know what time it is with these folks over here, though, right?
I don't want to laugh at him, okay? I don't want to laugh at him. Sorry to interrupt you. I don't want to laugh at what's going on right now. I don't want to laugh at the idea that there are literal freaking children who are being detained in freaking zip ties because ICE wants to do a raid to get a couple of alleged criminals out of that apartment building. Why are we terrorizing the entirety of that apartment building in order to do a raid on a couple of people that ICE is looking to detain?
That's not true. Actually, in order to make sure that a structure is secure, you have to make sure that you bring everyone out of the building before you can get to Trinidad, who are in other apartments. You have to make sure that the environment is secure. If not, people can, accidentally get hurt. They can be taken hostage, that whole thing. And then you're talking about people being detained. What about when Obama had people in cages? No one complained about that.
Lies been debunked as well. First off, the building was condemned. No one should have been living in said building. There were no kids zip tied. The one video that has kind of trickled out there was actually a video of a father and a son playing cops and robbers. It's a lie. Come on, man. If there were videos of kids zip tied, I promise you there would be videos, and CNN and MSDNC and these fools here would be running it, and they would be running it 24/7. Y'all know it.
Like, that doesn't, I don't want to laugh at that. I get what she's trying to say. They want to get under your skin. Don't let them get under your skin. But I'm sorry, injustice and terrorizing fellow Americans gets under my skin. What is your solution to that, AOC? When you're not busy thinking about running for higher office, what are your solutions? What is your, what are you going to offer up that Americans are going to find more appealing than what the other side is offering up?
Yeah.
More money, more military funding for Israel, which you seem to continuously vote in favor of.
Yeah, so look, guys, Stephen Miller is driving that policy. So if you say, I can't stand Stephen Miller, I agree with you 100%, right? But you have to, this is elementary politics. You have to isolate Stephen Miller and not associate him with all other men. Then it seems like you're attacking men and driving them towards Stephen Miller instead of away from Stephen Miller. But no.
She didn't need to do that. Her policies have driven men towards the Trump administration. And more men are saying, I'm not with the policies of these Democrats. These people are pro alphabet community, pro illegal immigration, pro higher taxes, anti nuclear family, anti Christ. hey, there's a lot of men out there that are like, hey, I just want to lead and serve my family. Democrats don't want any parts of that. So I'm glad that, AOC is coming out here, putting her foot in her mouth, alienating men across the country. Because again, I have to say it, hey, when people show you who they are, you should believe them. I'm not even gonna say you should believe them. You have to believe them. You have to believe them. And, AOC, she has millions of followers. She jumps on her TikTok or whatever this, was, what she was on. Who knows? I don't know. But she jumps out there and they just let her talk. And I'm sure the powers that be in her party are like, yo, shut up. But these people can't shut up. They can't. Her, Jasmine Crockett, none of them. It's just they have diarrhea of the mouth and they have to tell everybody who they are. And I'm 100% here for it. There was a time when your politicians were closely guarded, right? Mm-hmm. There was a time when you had no idea who the politicians actually were behind the scripted speech at the podium. The properly worded answers that they would give in the press conference. Now, hey, they're just like everybody else. They get to turn their cameras on their phone and spew a bunch of foolery to the world.
And see, here's the thing. Now that these politicians are doing that, and I'm glad they are, okay, because we all can see who they are. The quote that he mentions when he's saying that people tell you who they are, believe it comes from Maya Angelou, okay? But we need to do something about it. When you see these people that are ignorant and they like they're just out there, they have no they have no regard for society. They don't understand who their constituents are. Vote them out. Vote someone else in that will actually work for you. We need to stop this, people. Just allowing people to hold space in Congress and the Senate and in our local, government and not hold them accountable to what they're there to do. We have to stop it. So when they show you who they are, vote them out. Guys, thank you for watching and let me know what you think about this whole conversation and millions leaving the left, about AOC putting her foot in her mouth. Let me know what you think and about changing the situation and voting. What will you do? The power is in our hands, in citizens' hands. Okay? But make sure you like, subscribe, and share. When you get a chance, check out Wise at a Righteous Perspective. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.